So we got a 1500 point Batrep, but it was a smaller one, so used to 1750. It's going to be Tyranids taking on Astra Militarum. We both brought some units that we haven't used in a while, so it should be pretty fun. On my side, I got my Flying Hive Tyrant. He's kitted out like usual. Doesn't have the electroshock grubs though, and he got the Horror and Paroxysm. Second HQ choice is a Tervigon with electroshock grubs. Other than that, he's stock. Troops choice has got a MacLeod and the Children of Cryptus. So I haven't used them before. I just finished my Broodlord, so I was excited to use them. So they are just a unit of Geniuses who has stealth, and I think they got one other special thing, but I'll have to double check. In Elites, I brought my Malanthrope and 3 Zoanthropes with a Neurothrope. So the tall one, as always for me, is going to represent my Neurothrope, and they got Paroxysm. Oh, and the Tervigon got Paroxysm. I have 3 sets of Paroxysm, which is ridiculous. And then I brought a Hive Crone because I haven't used him in a long time, so we'll see how he's useful. I don't know how many tanks I'm facing. Then I brought 3 Broods of Carnifexes because these guys are my favorite to run against Imperial Guard. It's a classic para. I got 2 with 2 sets of Twin Link Devours, those 2 in the back, and then the middle one I didn't have enough points to bring another set of Devours, so he's just going to be a close combat one. He's going to charge forward, see what happens. So it's 1500 points of Tyranids. I got the Stealth Conqueror of Cities Warlord trait. So we'll see if that helps me or not, depending on what end of the table I deploy on.
And over here for the Astra Militarum, 1500 points, we have a company command squad led by Strachan. Also in it is an Astropath and 4 plasma rifles. And then we have a Mastery level 2 Primaris Psyker and a Minister and Priest. We have Pask and his Punisher with 3 Heavy Bolters and a Executioner with Plasma Side Sponsons and Hull Las Cannon. And Pask will be my Warlord. Next in the troop slot, I have 2 10-man squads, veterans, with 2 plasma rifles in each one, and each of those are in Chimeras with multi-laser and Hull Heavy Flamer. Over here, next for the Elites, the squad of Bulgrins, the Bonehead and one other guy have the Brute Shield and Power Maul. Also with them are a Mastery level 2 Primaris Psyker and Mr. and Priest. And in reserve, for some outflanking fun, we have a squad of Scout Sentinels with multi-lasers. For powers, what's his name here? Astropath rolled on telepathy, obviously, and he got number 3, which is Terrify. Then the Primaris Psyker rolled on Biomancy, and he got Life Leech and Warp Speed. And the final Primaris Psyker over here also rolled on Biomancy and got Enfeeble and Hemorrhage. So we are going to be playing Contact Lost and Dawn of War deployment. Tyler already rolled, and it will be night fighting on turn 1. So we'll be back with deployments, and who's going first?
Alright, so we've gone ahead and deployed here. So looking at the table, I got this end here, so I'll just give you a quick peek of how things look. So just the Tyranid force lined up down there, the Children of Cryptus snuck in there. Objective wise, we got objective 4, 3, 5, 6, 2 down here, and 1. So at the first turn we get 1 objective each, and then for each objective we then hold in the following turn. That's how many objectives we get in the start of the next turn.
Up to 6.
Yeah, up to 6, of course. So if you, so if I hold,
if you hold 3 objectives and you already have 4 objectives in your hand, you can only grab 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so Scout moved the Sentinels forward.
And Gene Stealers infiltrated in here.
Yeah, the spotted Children of Cryptis snuck ahead. So, do you want to try and seize the initiative, or do you want Tyranids to try and...
Definitely want to steal the initiative.
Yeah, it would be good.
See?
So, stealing the initiative. Oh,
yeah.
He does. I knew what was going to happen. Alright, so we'll see what happens in Astra Militarum turn 1. So, Gord's objective, since he gets 1, is secure objective 1. Oh.
Probably not going to happen this turn.
So that's over there, a little far away. But we'll see what happens though. Probably won't get there, but you can keep it for later.
Alright, so end of Astra turn 1. Over here we did some shuffling. These Chimera moved up. These guys moved into the ruins. They moved up, and the Bulgarians sat tight on this objective. Over here, had some kind of psychic phase failure. I failed at on Terrify. I did get Psychic Scream off, or Shriek off. However, I rolled a 10, exactly the leadership of the Gene Stealers. So I did not decimate them. Over here, the Chimera shot over at this Carnifex and failed to do any wounds. And the guys inside in the Laskin array also shot at the Gene Stealers and they failed to do any wounds. This squad here, Strachan, did fire in at the Gene Stealers and managed to take out one of them. This Chimera here, it and its contents all fired in at that one lone Carnifex and managed to do a wound to him. The Scout Sentinels fired up at the Crone, not managing to break through his 2-up cover save. From half and his Punisher. Yeah. They fired, they used Strike and Shroud, so they have popped smoke, so they will be getting a 4-up cover save. One of the plasma cannons on the Executioner did get hot, so he's now down to 2 hull points. And I did manage to take 1 wound off the Hive Crone. So I'm going to be discarding my tactical objective because it's going to be very difficult for me to be getting number 1. So on to Tyranid's turn 1. Let's see what card he gets.
Shuffle these up. Alright, I get Harness the Warp. It's easy.
Is it?
Well, we'll see.
Alright, so on to Tyranid's turn 1.
So on to Tyranid's turn 1, so what happened, the Flyrant flew ahead. He actually didn't do too much, didn't have a lot of targets. I dropped that Bulgarin down to 1 wound, I didn't have much to do. Dropped another Bulgarin, 1 wound.
Yeah.
Single wound from the Chrome, just hoping to mess them up a bit before they come over. Zone Thorps moved ahead. They actually warp lanced and got this guy. Took him down 1 hull point. The Fex fired in, finished him off. The other Fex fired in, killed off some of the guardsmen. I was going to fire at this vehicle here, but it had a 2-up save just with the rocks blocking it and plus stealth. Over this way, Pask, nothing happened to him. He got paroxysm down to weapon skill ballistics go 1. The Hive Crone actually vector striked and blew up a sentinel, so it was pretty big. The Fex right here tried to charge, missed it by 2 inches, rolled an 8, needed a 10 just due to the walls in there. Over this way, the MacLeod just moved ahead. Gene Stealers are still waiting to pounce. It's just going to be a waiting game between them and Strachan. Aside from that, I did get 3 powers off. I did paroxysm this Chimera before it blew up, and then I got Warp Lance Blast and then Flyer paroxysm them. So we're going to go ahead and see my D3 roll since I got 3 powers off. Just 1. But I got first blood though, so single card for me. And then we'll see what happens now. In Astra turn, so you hold.
I hold 2 right now because you're contesting that one.
No, Flyrant is flying.
Oh, so I hold 3 then.
Yep.
So over go on with hold 3.
So you got
No prisoner.
kill something.
Yep.
Scarab the Skies.
Ooh. Fire.
And then your last objective is.
Kingslayer.
Ooh, so you gotta kill the Flyrant.
Flyrant's going down this turn.
And just so people know, I'm not on any objectives really right now. I just had to move forward. I forgot to spawn, and it was in the assault phase already before I remembered, just because I got ahead of myself. So I would be holding this with Gaunts if I remember, but next turn I'll. So unfortunately, Tyranids next turn won't have much to do, but they're in pretty good position. But we'll see how the Astra react.
All right, so end of Astra turn 2. Over here, these guys shuffled a bit. Failed with Shriek again, but I got Terrify off, so the Gene Stealers are -1 leadership. Then the Chimera here fired in with the heavy flamer and did 1 wound to the Broodlord and took out 2 Gene Stealers. And then a mix between Strachan's unit and the contents of his Chimera took that Carnifex down to 1 wound. Over here, through combined shooting and assaulting, the Bulgarins took out the Zoanthropes. And then over here, these guys rallied, and then everything fired in at the Flyrant, and I managed to do 1 wound to him. I did ground him, but I failed to do a wound to him. I did take out 1 unit in my turn, so I do get no prisoners. So it is on to Tyler's turn 2. He is not currently holding any objectives, so he will not be drawing any more cards.
So it's in the Tyranids turn 2. So over this way, between the Carnifexes, Spawn Termagants, I remember this time, no doubles, there's 10, and the Turbigon, I took out everything but those 2, and they're down to 1 wound, and they actually passed for morale when I charged in. So they're holding up there. Malanthrop charged in just to hopefully peg this guy, and nothing happened there. Flyrant flew back, finished off Pask and his friend. So they are down. Over this way, I tried to charge in with the Mucolid, but it failed. I was going to charge Strachan, but I would have had to go through the runes, and I know he would have challenged me, and Strachan would have easily butchered the Broodlord in combat there. So I didn't want to sacrifice him, so I popped out this transport. I had 1 more Gene Stealer. I couldn't have made it, so he couldn't have actually disembarked, but he fits in perfectly within 3. And the Chrome flew over and roasted 1 of the Plasma guys. So aside from that, that's it for Tyranids turn 2. No objectives, but I did get, or is Strachan your Warlord, or?
No, pass.
Okay, so I did get Warlord, so I'm ahead in points, but I don't have many objective cards, so Gord's gonna get a few now, so let's see what you get. You got, are you holding any?
I'm just holding
just
one
one.
now. To get 1 more, and it is Blood and Guts.
So we gotta kill something in close combat, ooh.
Yeah.
Might be tough, but with Strachan it might not be impossible. So we'll see what happens now, moving into Astra.
Alright, so end of Astra Militarum turn 3. Strachan's unit here tried to shriek the Gene Stealers, and once again I failed. I rolled a 7, so Shriek is kind of failing me here. But then between fire from this squad and this squad, I managed to take out all but 2 Gene Stealers, and there's 1 wound left on the Broodlord. I also issued the split fire order on them, so they did take out that 1 Carnifex over here. The combat over here sadly ended. The Bulgarins got taken out by the Carnifexes. I was not able to take them down. I did manage to take 1 Carnifex down to 1 wound, but I couldn't quite finish them off. This combat here seems to continue somehow. And over here, I fired in at the Flyrant, and my Plasma Gunner got hot and died, and I did no wounds. So we're going to see Tyler's next card, which is Secure Objective 6, which is right here in the middle. So he needs to win that combat. So on to Tyranids turn 3.
So we are going to call the game here. This Gord is just down to...
I'm down to Strachan and 1 Plasma Gunner.
Yeah, so it was just...
And Strachan's not even at full wounds.
I don't even know what happened there. It was looking not bad for me for a bit, but I had a lot of stuff injured. Like I had Fexes that were down to 1 wounds. The other guy was, I think, down to... Yeah, he was down to 2 wounds, I think. They're all
down to 1. This guy's down to 3.
Yeah, and the other guy was injured. And then even the Broodlord's in pretty rough shape right now. If any of those Shrieks had just did any work, that unit would have been clear a long time ago.
The Shrieks just failed.
So it looks bad for Astra, but there was just some unfortunate rolls that just kind of makes it appear worse than it is. And Pass too. He just he rolled bad. I don't know. If I was you, I think I would have picked this side.
I thought that side looked more open. I'd have better shots at it.
Yeah, I got lucky with the castling here too. Like it turned out to be worked out pretty good for me. Then on that side, I guess on that side I could have hit a lot.
Yeah.
I could see. Yeah, I don't know. Both sides are kind of But the open was like once you got out though, it was hard to hide.
Yeah.
Hard to hide really, but so it wasn't really like a low score. You had a lot of objectives over me. Like I only had 2 cards the whole time. Yeah, a few. They were just tough. They were just tough ones to get. Like Blood and Guts was.
And killing flyers. With this list, I had nothing other than pass. I had nothing to kill flyers, and pass kind of failed on me.
Yeah, he didn't roll. It wasn't on camera, but he even though he was shooting at flyers, he got 3 hits out of his whole
20 shots.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you re-rolled like 6 ones too on top of that. So it was just
so many 2s rolled.
Yeah. The Cryptis unit, I didn't really do anything with them, but they were pretty cool to use. Yeah, they weren't bad. You had a good spot with Strachan too, because I couldn't charge him. If I charged him, the Broodlord would have got messed up. Because Strachan, he is AP2, isn't he?
He's AP2 and he's Strength 6.
Yeah, so he would have just 3'd the wound, and all he needed was 2 wounds ever since like the first turn. But it was a good game though, so stay tuned for more just normal bat reps, and the campaign video should be coming out soon. This one will probably be done before the campaign just due to editing, but the next mission should be coming out within a week.